Y'all pull up a chair and sit close, because the air's thick tonight, and some stories like to crawl right into your ear when the moon's thin like this. My name's Miss Etta Beaumont, and I'm 88 years old if I'm a day. I've lived in Ashford Hollow all my life, same as my mama and her mama before her. Folks round here still call me when they need a pie baked or a fever broken, but they don't call after dark if they live anywhere near Willow Creek Lane. Because everybody knows that house at the very end, the one with the black shutters and the porch that leans like it's listening, is still waiting for its last guests. I was the only one foolish soul who ever went inside twice. The first time was 1959. I was 17, pretty as a peach and twice as reckless. 4 of us went in on a dare. Me, my cousin Raydell, sweet little Marlene, who sang in the choir, and Tommy Lee, who swore he wasn't afraid of the devil himself. We carried mason jars with lightning bugs for light and a bottle of muscadine wine we weren't old enough to drink. The front door was already open, same as always, like the house was breathing through its mouth. Inside smelled like wet plaster and funeral lilies. Every footstep we took echoed twice, once from our shoes and once from somewhere above us, like someone walking the same path a heartbeat later. Marlene found a piano in the parlor. Keys were yellowed like old teeth, but when she pressed middle C, the note came out perfect and clear. Then another key played itself, low, slow, like a warning. We laughed, nervous-like. Tommy Lee said it was just the wires settling. That's when Raydell noticed the photographs on the wall. Every portrait had the eyes scratched out with something sharp, not broken glass, something with nail fingers. We should have left then. But teenagers think death is a rumor told about other people. We went upstairs. The hallway was long, too long for the size of the house you could see from the road. At the far end was a nursery nobody ever talks about. A cradle sat in the middle of the room, rocking gentle, though there wasn't a breath of wind. Inside lay a baby doll made of porcelain so fine you could almost see through it. Its painted eyes followed us. Marlene, bless her heart, reached out to stop the cradle. The moment her fingers touched the wood, every door in the hallway slammed shut at once. Lightning bugs in our jars went dark like someone pinched out candles, and the cradle kept rocking. We ran. I swear on my mama's Bible we ran, but every staircase we found led back to that same nursery. The doll was always in a different position, sitting up, then laying down, then standing at the foot of the cradle with its little porcelain arms reaching. Tommy Lee grabbed an axe from the woodshed, don't ask me why there was an axe in a nursery, and swung at the cradle. The blade stuck in the wood like it was soft butter and wouldn't come out no matter how he pulled. That's when we heard her singing. Soft, upstairs and downstairs at the same time. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Marlene started crying blood, not tears, blood running straight from her eyes like she'd been crying for 100 years already. She whispered, she wants her baby back, and walked straight to the window. We couldn't stop her. She stepped right through the glass like it wasn't there and fell 2 stories onto the stone path. We found her body smiling. The rest of us got out somehow. I still don't know how. Raydell swore he'd never speak of it again and joined the army the next week. Tommy Lee wrapped his truck around a pine tree before Halloween. I'm the only one left who remembers. But the house wasn't finished with me. 65 years later, last month, sugar, I got a letter. No stamp, no return address, just my name written in childish handwriting on paper that smelled like funeral lilies. Inside was a single sentence. Come finish the lullaby, Miss Etta. I burnt the letter. I salted my doors, I hung crosses and horseshoes, and even that old grist-grease mumble-roo made me when I was a child. But 3 nights ago, the knocking started. Slow, patient, like someone who has all the time in the world because time stopped for them a long time ago. Knock, knock, knock. Every night at 3:17 exactly, the same minute the grandfather clock in that house froze forever. I tried to ignore it. I turned up the television, I sang hymns, I even called Pastor Green to come pray over me. He left before midnight, white as ash, saying he saw a woman in the hallway behind me holding a cradle that was empty and dripping. Last night, I couldn't take no more. I put on my Sunday coat, took my daddy's old pistol that hadn't been fired since Korea, and I walked down Willow Creek Lane under a moon so red it looked bruised. The gate was open, the front door was open, the cradle was rocking, and there in the nursery, holding the porcelain doll like it was warm and breathing, stood Marlene. She looked 17, not a day older. Her choir dress still had the bloodstains from the fall, dark and shiny, as if it happened yesterday. She smiled at me with teeth too sharp for a girl who used to sing Amazing Grace, and said, "I've been keeping it warm for you, Etta. She's almost ready." I raised the doll, and I saw its belly was swollen like a woman 9 months gone. Porcelain don't swell children. I ran again. This time my knees remembered every year of the 88 I carry, but I ran. Behind me the lullaby followed, sweet and patient. Hush, little baby, mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. I made it to my porch, slammed the door, locked it, chained it, pushed the china cabinet in front of it. But when I turned around, the cradle was in my living room, rocking. And inside lay the doll, eyes open, staring at the ceiling with my face. I'm recording this on my phone because my hands shake too much to write anymore. If you're watching this, sugar, and the clock on your wall says 3:17, don't answer the door because Willow Creek Lane isn't done collecting. And tonight, the knocking is coming from inside the house. Tell my niece I love her. Tell her not to come looking. And whatever you do, don't finish the lullaby. There you go, darling. That's your full script. Record it slow, with plenty of pauses, maybe add some reverb and distant thunder in the background, and your viewers won't sleep for a week. Let me know if you want a sequel where the niece shows up, because the house is always